The Breakfast Club guy.
But he talked to Charlemagne.
Yeah, he talked to somebody named Charlemagne, whoever that is. And they compiled, like the CIA, an enemies list. And it's almost like a Nixon and J. Edgar Hoover.
Right, they have files.
Yeah, they have files on everyone over at Hot 97.
Whoever said anything.
Whoever said anything. And they keep this shit in a file. You fuck with them and they bring in the file up. Yeah.
Well, I think it goes beyond Hot 97. I think it's anyone in the hip-hop world.
Right.
And Charlemagne is a guy, he's actually on the Breakfast Club.
Charlemagne's on the club.
Yes.
And who's the guy talking?
I don't know his
Everyone
name.
has a name.
I don't know. I'd have to
No
look
one's
it up.
like, Bernard Schwartz or something. Right? No, it doesn't work.
It's certainly not
Would
Bernard.
be odd.
No one has a name like Douglas.
No.
Not
there.
I'm Charlemagne. I'm caviar. I mean,
He's actually called Charlemagne de God.
But by the way, all of this heavy stuff, spying on other stations, carrying dossiers, this is all going on. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Except for these guys.
Children they had out of wedlock. Side chicks.
Yeah, dudes that are banging out your wives.
Side dudes. We got pictures.
I know, y'all have dirty.
We have so much on everybody.
Wonder if they have anything on Lisa G. Didn't she work on Black Radio?
Yeah. Did they keep a dossier on her?
We got some side shit on Lisa G, motherfucker.
Let's not forget.
Not to say that
This bitch is playing the cello. You got that on her? Yes.
we're going to use it.
It's just in case.
These guys, by the way, did they put on that accent? I mean,
I'm wondering. I'm
they're
sitting here
broadcasters.
trying to listen to see if this is authentic. And I don't think it is.
You don't?
No.
You think they're doing
I think
an
they
impression?
can speak the King's English.
You think they can speak well?
Oh, yeah. They're erudite outside of that studio.
Oh, man. Who are you talking
They're from Harvard.
Look at her.
But if we have to,
Yes.
we will.
And this was on the list. It just so happened to come to light. Just in case.
Right, but just remember that. This
So, in other words, these guys knew that this Mr. C was gay, but they couldn't say
Because
it.
of their file.
The file knew he was gay. Listen, I know what these guys are talking about. I know some DJs who are gay, but it's never come out in the newspaper, so you don't say anything because you get your ass sued. But these guys are doing a dance. They're having a field day with this because they're
I
trying
don't even think they have a file. They're making this crap
There's
up
no
because
file.
Mr. C
Robin.
got caught.
Does that guy sound like he's so organized he has a file?
We have files and cross files and Dewey Decimal System organization.
Yeah.
this is what we do, and we understand the value of what we do, and we know that it can come back and turn at any given time. But if it ever does, there's so much information on
What
that.
up with that?
That wall in the office right there, from pictures to, and I mean, I'm not just talking about pictures, I'm talking about pictures with tattoos, so you know it's the person. Like, we can go.
They have pictures in their file.
Oh, they got identifying marks.
So anyway, Funkmaster Flex, who works over at Power 105.
He was upset.
He's upset for Mr. C. I guess Mr. C is down and out. He can't even fight for himself because, he's under fire right now.
Is Mr. C on the air? I need to know everything now.
But Funkmaster Flex came to the aid of Mr. C because that's his guy.
Let's
Now
hear
listen,
how
we
he
don't
defends it.
discriminate against no one or anybody.
Now, by the way, you hear bombs going off because Funkmaster Flex feels he's at war with Power 105 Breakfast
The
Show.
Breakfast Club.
With the Breakfast Club. So that is what's going on, George. It's great,
He's
right?
in a bunker.
See,
is all
George,
so bizarre,
your life
too,
would go on and you would never know about this unless, there's a war going on
It's
right
a
now.
whole new world.
Yeah. So the reason you'll be hearing bombs going off, Funkmaster Flex knows he's in the bunker and he's in a war.
Now listen, we don't discriminate against no one or anybody. Whatever is your preference out here in New York City, we do not discriminate. Because I need to say that before I say what I'm going to say.
Right.
Understand, the rumors that you hear about my man Mr. C are untrue. Okay?
What do you think happened? The cops made it up?
I don't know. Maybe that's somebody who looked like Mr. C
Right.
and a tranny.
Well, remember Eddie Murphy was with some tranny's feet, and that turned out, we don't know what happened there. He was just giving her a ride. Right?
We don't know anything about him being with her feet. We know about him giving her a ride.
He gave her a ride. And he liked to look at feet, supposedly.
Yeah, he does have a foot fetish from what we
Right.
understand.
Let's address that first, but we do not discriminate against what anybody wants to do. All right? That's number one. Hit the bomb.
By the way, just as a radio guy to another radio guy, if you're going to have war sound effects, that bomb is in it. You got to have gunfire. And
It's
all sorts.
repetitious.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Turn that bomb off.
Even he's sick of it.
You listen to me right now.
Uh-oh.
So you understand clearly. New York City, I'm going to say something today I ain't never said.
Go ahead.
I know over there in that building, greasy talk, huh? Let me explain something to you right now. I'll lose a friendship today.
Uh-oh.
I know everything that moves in that building.
Now,
He's
the
got
other guys,
files, too.
yeah, evidently everybody's got dossiers on everyone else. It's like the Cold War. The Russians had us. We needed James Bond in this hip-hop war. And don't these guys actually shoot each other and stuff eventually if they say the wrong thing?
Well, there have been some dust-ups. I don't know if anybody's actually gotten killed.
When these guys have war, they ain't fucking around. Like, they will shoot someone. Well, you remember when the WMCA good guys shot out the WABC guys.
Right.
That's right. It was a massacre. They call that the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Turn the bomb off. You want to throw a stone this morning? Is that what it is? Huh? I know everything that moves in that building. I know what people like and don't like
Uh-oh.
that are on the mic and off the mic.
Super.
Hit that bomb.
Hit it.
Turn that bomb off. All y'all over there know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm thinking of bringing both parties in here and coming up with some sort of treaty. And
Trying to have a truce,
Yeah.
work out a peace.
well, you know, Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for, I don't know, working something out for somebody.
I think for bombing Afghanistan.
Right. First time anybody got a Nobel Peace Prize for bombing. But I would like to, Gary, for tomorrow's show, I would like to bring together the following people. The Power 105 Breakfast Club. Maybe they can, take a day off. I would like to get Funkmaster Flex here and Mr. C, if I may.
I don't know. Well, we got to have some security in here.
Well, don't worry. I'll get more than Ronnie. I'll get some real security guys down here. And by the way, everyone's got to come in with their files because we're going to burn the files.
I don't know if this is funny, but during this entire conversation, Lisa G has been texting me like a mad woman because she seems to know all of the players.
All right, so where is she?
I know. I'll have her come in because she
Well,
knows.
now would be the time because, quite frankly, I'm not going to go back to this.
To this.
I love when everyone shows up a half hour later and goes, I'm ready to talk now.
Yeah, maybe she should call us.
Yeah. No, the show is going on now. We'll go back and revisit this story.
I will lose that friendship. Because I stand next to this logo. Hit that bomb. I stand next to this logo.
Now, I think he's talking about his station's logo.
Hot 97. Yeah.
That's right. These guys aren't fucking around. He stands next to the Hot
He's
97.
on this side.
Right. It's the way it goes.
And nothing tears it down. Be clear. You'll never win. You could take a pot shot. You dreamt last night that you could get the crown. Hit the bomb. Turn the bomb off. You still did what you did, and once again, you're still in a losing position. But it doesn't stop there for me.
I wonder who the guy is hitting the bomb.
Turn that bomb off. Now you listen to me. I know what goes on in those evenings.
You know something about this, Lisa G?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Well,
You knew Lisa used to work for Power or something or other.
Power 105.
And now that's the one that's behind Hot 90s. Hot 97 is the winner so far, right?
Yeah, I worked for both.
Okay.
Hot 97,
Right.
Ed, Lisa, and Dre. Then they fired all of us, and then they reunited us on Power 105.
So weird.
To go after the enemy. You are absolutely right. It was a war.
So you're so white. Do they have white people there still? Or is have they got rid of all
on
the white
Hot
people?
97.
They do? Why
One
does-
guy on the morning show.
You're very white.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like you sound very
She was white
You don't have
enough to balance out everything.
that- Right.
I know.
Do you have files on anyone over there?
No.
Nobody has any files.
But they would call people like Mr. C homo thugs. And Wendy Williams, who was on WBLS, the other black urban station,
Right.
would call out Mr. C for years on the radio.
Oh,
So this is sort of known.
Kinda.
now it's confirmed.
It's just that he got arrested.
Right.
He was grinding. He probably went to that website Michael Morales goes to. I had a long talk with Michael about that yesterday.
About what?
the grinding
grinder?
website. I said,
What is
you
that?
be careful. It's where you hook up with people.
Yeah, is that
Gay-
how Mr. C got involved?
I don't know, but it sure sounded.
Why are you bringing that up? What the hell are you talking about?
No, because I knew about the story yesterday in the newsroom. So I
What's
was talking.
grinding got to do with it?
She's just thinking he hooked up with somebody
Yeah.
on the website because they're never
Oh.
like long-term kind of things.
I
It's
see.
just
Yeah.
somebody's close by, let's hook up and have sex.
All right, okay. Well, you know Funkmaster Flex?
Of course.
Oh, all right. Well, let him finish.
I know what goes on up in that building and around it. And you know the shot I'm sending today. You know what that shot is. You know the gun that I'm loading up today.
Uh-oh.
You know what it
you
is.
fire
The
already?
choice is yours.
I've never heard Funkmaster Flex like this. He's so angry because I used to listen to him. He was always like, yeah, man, well, you know, he's always having a good time.
And
Now
rocking out, right?
Now
with
he's
the
not
music.
fucking around.
You hear me?
I hear
You
you.
know what it is, and you know what I'm saying.
What's he saying,
And
Lisa?
everybody's standing next to you.
Lisa doesn't know a thing. I've been wondering why I brought Lisa in the first place. Lisa goes, she's texting, I've got to get on the air. She doesn't know anything. Lisa, I brought Lisa in. She
She
said
knows
nothing.
where these stations are.
She knows Grinder. I think Lisa used to run the cannon for Funkmaster.
Men's and your friends, they know what it is too. And they know who I'm talking about. And they know the two people.
I'm sure in the world of black radio, this is the big thing, but like it's just so funny. Nobody cares.
Well, you know what it reminds me
Nobody
of?
cares if Mr. C is gay.
Small market radio.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh my God, there was always this leading station and then the station you were on.
Now you finally realize it meant nothing.
Right, and you were always plotting against the other station,
Yeah.
trying to find out what they were up to.
Us too. Like we'd have meetings at WCCC, Southern New England's best rock, but it turns out we weren't the best rock because WHCN used to kick our ass.
Right.
So our program director would sit us down and go, "All right, we found out they're using Abrams cards over there." I go, "What is that?"
Yeah.
Lee Abrams. They hired them. They have cards, and that's the songs they play. I go, "Yeah. Oh, we gotta take advantage of that." I go, "How are we gonna do that?" Shh, quiet. Why am I here in a meeting? I have to be up at 3 in the
Well,
morning.
there's no strategy.
Right.
You're just telling us we got to get them.
Listen, I program from my gut. Lee Abrams doesn't live in Hartford. He doesn't understand Southern New England. He doesn't understand that John Edwards can fill the Chabot. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that Bob Seger's #1. And that Blackfoot played at 12:05 will get you ratings. That's our advantage. Now, think of me as a coach. Stern, you're my quarterback. We've got to go in there. Didn't we at WHCN, we always were trying to find out what Michael Picozzi was about, right? Remember him?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah.
That was the big guy.
They were obsessed with him.
Yeah. He was the program director.
Right.
In Hartford.
Exactly.
We'd have meetings about WHCN.
Although he probably took his orders from somebody else anyways. He was just kind of like the guy who opened the...
Program director would call me during the show. Go, HCN's in a spot break. Break now. Break now. Break now. I go, what? Break now. And you got to get back to music quicker than them. And I was like, oh, fuck. How am I going to
so
do
how
that?
long do we know how long their spot break is?
I go, oh my God, I don't have enough pressure. I'm one guy alone. I'm gathering the news. I'm the production guy. I'm fucking doing the morning show. I got to back time into the Paul Harvey News. Now I got to beat them back at the music.
They're playing Rainbow, counter program with Deep Purple.
Yeah, they used to have a radio on, and the program director would come in and go, what are they playing? I go,
Right, yeah.
Cream, put on Seeger.
It was funny because they'd say, we got to get their playlist.
Yeah.
But it was like, you could just turn on the radio.
Their playlist was the same as ours.
It's the same shitty 10 songs.
They had one guy who would sit there and copy down what the other station was playing. And it was exactly identical to ours. This is great. What is it, Gary?
Do you remember when you went to Cleveland and they cut the wires?
Right.
There was a book that came out a couple of years afterwards.
Lisa's leaving, by the way. Don't leave with all that information. How dare you?
There was a book that came out a couple of years afterwards that explained all that was going on, and they were, in fact, having these meetings, these war meetings.
Where is Lisa? Why did she leave?
I don't know.
I think she thought you meant she didn't have any information.
Get her back in here.